What up, you guys? Welcome to the channel where we make StarCraft into one of the most epic ways to play, win, and get reactions from people. What is going on, you guys? Happy Friday. Today we've got a subscriber request. This one's going to be making 30 to 40 lurkers, and we're going to drop them inside enemy bases and just to get some fun reactions out of them. I'll also be making probably like 150 Zerglings. We'll do some Nydusing as well. I've got a couple of bonus clips for you guys too, so it's going to be super jam-packed full of fun. So I always want to try to save these for Friday, so hopefully you guys stick around and check this one out. Alright, so on my team today, I've got a couple buddies. I've got one buddy over here at 7 o'clock. It's going to be perfect because we are at 6 and 7, so he's going to set this up for me right here. I'll go through that in a little bit. I have another buddy here. He's at 9 o'clock. He's Protoss. I have a... Hey guys, if you guys like this sort of content, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the fun troll plays we're going to do on players. Like this one. And this one. And of course, this one. And as always, guys, make sure to drop some thoughts, comments, or any fun ideas you guys may have. Alright guys, let's get back to the game. Fourth buddy as well on 5 o'clock here. He's Protoss. We're playing just versus a bunch of pubs here. They weren't that great or anything like that, but one of our allies ended up actually dying because they 4v1'd him, and we didn't really have much and really didn't do too much. I think a lot of times like we don't really take the game too seriously when we're playing, so a lot of times like we're just trolling, and so we kind of expect each other to be able to face at least 1 versus 3s. It's high expectations, but you know, we've been playing this game for so long that now I'm not going to go through all the pubs here. They were okay. Like their game level was not that great. They're probably just hovering around a 4. So there's a Zerg, there's a Protoss at 3 o'clock. They have 12 and 11. So Challenger's actually okay. I've seen him around. He's probably like a 4. And then we have Red as well. He might be the best player on the team, Red here. So he's at 11 o'clock. Overall game level for this is probably just hovering around a 4, maybe just a little bit under. So nothing too crazy, but definitely a pretty fun game as well, considering that our ally ended up dying, and so it was kind of like a 3 versus 4 at the end. Total game time is around 20 minutes, just a little bit above it. And we'll fast forward through some of this stuff here, but it's pretty fun. Well, I'll make sure I'll stop at the fun part, go through some of the details, show you guys kind of what happened, and then we'll quickly go over to some of the bonus clips that we have, where I did actually some pretty crazy 30 to 40 lurker drops combined with a few other units. So you guys are in for a treat. Alright, so I am going pretty much a really aggressive build here. So because my ally is getting a cannon wall for us right here, so I went ahead, I got a fast expo, and then I made 2 more hatcheries before even making a spawning pool. Now nobody does this. Like maybe 1% of Zerg players would do this, but only because like they're either a noob or they're trolling. I am really trying to be able to get super strong with my economy here. The reason why I have a lot of hatcheries, I'll even add some more later on as well, is because you want to get a lot of larvae so that you can actually make more units. Now this here, I ended up still, you know, not being able to have enough larvae to produce drones, because more drones means more money, and so my goal is to be able to get to probably close to 65 to 70 drones here, and that's really going to help us propel to the amount of money, economy, gas, and all that stuff that we need to be able to get to the troll plays. And as you guys know, like lurkers are super expensive. By the way, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. This channel's been, you know, all about epic troll plays. How can you actually get to the troll plays, execute them, get players to be able to kind of stay in the game that long, also motivated enough where they're a little bit frustrated, upset, so then, you know, they're gonna be able to be more inclined in staying and wanting to get revenge out of you. But only to find out that obviously they're gonna lose in the end. So, you know, if you're used to standard type of, you know, gameplays where, you know, you're making Marines and Medics, Dragoons and Zealots, and then you end the game in about, you know, 12 minutes, remake, and then replay the game again. Well, that's been done, guys, for like, you know, 25 years. That's not what this channel is about. There is some of that in here, obviously, with the players that I'm playing against, but when you guys are kind of watching the perspective of what I'm playing, you'll see that, you know, a lot of times I'm going to be just kind of evening out the math a little bit, or slightly giving our team a little bit of more of an advantage, so that we can actually get to the troll play and prolong the game enough so that we can execute the troll play. So, all right, so there's some action going on here around middle. So we are kind of going in defense mode right here. My ally should have got more cannons. He should have got probably like a gateway in front as well. He knows. I've actually trained him before, so he should know kind of what to expect. Considering it is a 4 versus 4, 4 versus 4s are quite different. The dynamic is that it can be a 1 versus 3 really quickly inside a 4 versus 4, and so if you don't have the right amount of units and you are quickly finding yourself in a 1 versus 3, you can quickly die. So a lot of times people forget that. Like they forget that they're in a 4 versus 4, and they forget and they play as if they're in a 3 versus 3. Because in a 3 vs 3, sometimes you're just gonna have to deal with a 1 vs 2 or a 1 vs 2.5. But you know, in a 4 vs 4, it can be a full 1 vs 3. And even if they are noobs or not that great, it can still be pretty challenging. And so you guys witnessed that here a little bit. So he is going for a very aggressive build here. He should have got more cannons way earlier. So hopefully, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I'll show you guys the tech tree. So I got 3 hatcheries. I have a lair coming along as well. I'm gonna get evos to be able to upgrade for Hodgeless and Lurkers here. I'm upgrading Lurkers first. I'm not even upgrading speed for Hodges or anything like that. Let's check the food chart, guys. So I'm at 51 drones, so I want to make sure that we're going to be able to get close to 65 here, and that's going to be able to really get us to the number and the economy that we need. So Ally is being attacked here at 9 o'clock, as you guys can imagine, and he doesn't have enough cannons. He needs at least like 3 more cannons here. So yeah, it's not looking good for him because there's more units here. So sometimes you have to know your timings, guys. Like if you really want to be able to get like a fast expansion, or you want to go techs and things like that, you have to know your timings. You have to know like the roughly how many units are on the map, and that's called game sense, game IQ. And so then you can actually be able to kind of predict how many cannons or how much defense you need in order for you to be safe. So he didn't quite do this well, and so he is definitely gonna get busted here, unfortunately. Alright, so we started making Lurkers back at home. So I've got about I think 8 cooking there. I'm upgrading drop as well too, and once this hive is done, I'll upgrade speed on it too. And looks like we're not quite at 1+1 yet. So a lot of times, guys, like I know you're watching this and you're thinking like, you know, how come you're not saving 9 o'clock? But a lot of times, like we're just, you know, we've been playing this game for so long that we don't take it seriously. If you die, you die. Unless like the game level is really good, then we'll save each other. But a lot of times, like we're just chilling. So like here, we all expected him to be able to defend against this because he definitely shouldn't have gotten broken through. They should have, saw 5 cannons that he had at this choke right here, and then backed off and said like, hey, it's a waste of time. We're not going to go for it. And that would have bought him enough time to be able to get Dark Templars to be able to kind of kill these siege tanks that will come along afterwards. So because the timing was off, now he's definitely gonna die here. So alright, so I got about 20 Lurkers. So speed is not quite coming along yet here, but +1 is coming along. Speed is started. Sorry, I lied. Speed is started. So once we get that, we'll do some drops here, guys. Allie at 7 o'clock, he is also trolling too, guys. Just by the way, if you guys don't know, we are pretty much all trolling here. So he's obviously trying to see, how quickly he can mass up to get Zealots, Archons, and things like that. Fastest to 200 here. Alright, so I'm gathering all my Overlords. Typically, I would lay all my Overlords around the bases, all around pretty much 7 to 6 to 5, so they can get visibility, but I'm going to use them to be able to drop later. Alright, started picking up some Lurkers now. +2 is coming along. I got +1 now for the Lurkers. Speed is done, guys. And once I pick these up, let's go do a drop on this Protoss here at 3 o'clock. Back at home, I started making more hatcheries because I'm thinking now, like, I'm going to have tons of money. If you look at the money here, the food chart here, I've got tons of money. And so I'm contemplating, I'm like, okay, what's going to be the best kind of advanced counter afterwards once I use Lurkers, and obviously something that's also cost effective. So I thought, Zerglings. So I'm going to make a bunch of hatcheries now. So I've got 5, 6. I'm going to make probably like 14 to 15 hatcheries. So let's go back to our drop, guys. Check this out. Again, keep in mind, guys, this is a subscriber request. It's not something I would typically do, making only Lurkers. So, and as soon as we drop them, like every unit around pretty much gets killed because of the drag and splash damage that Lurkers have. Lurkers are phenomenal. They are a crazy, crazy unit. They kill firebats so easily, guys. I know you guys love firebats from the videos that we did, but these Lurkers, man, even like just 6 of them would have killed all of the firebats that I had on that video. Alright, so we quickly killed that base at 3 o'clock, and Purple was probably not expecting like that many Lurkers and getting dropped that quick as well too. So he is probably contemplating on what happened here. So I'm gonna pick up these Lurkers. We're gonna go back. We'll get a fresh batch as well, and then we'll continue our drop, guys. I'll leave 1 Lurker there just so that if he tries to remake the Nexus, he won't be able to. Alright, so back at home, started making lings now. I'm also upgrading attack on lings too. And I am getting speed, and we'll get adrenaline for Zerglings here. Alright, let's pick up the new batch of Lurkers. We'll add it to our collection here, and then I'm thinking let's go drop on red here. So red is probably the best player on the team. This Zerg here is probably around his level, or maybe just slightly under. He is going mass mutalisk. Typically Zergs will go mass mutalisk, so I have to be careful with how I drop, because if I run into his mutalisk, he's going to kill all of my overlords, and my overlords pretty much only have Lurkers, guys, so they're going to get quickly killed. Alright, let's go for that drop. I'm thinking let's go around there. I'm hoping that there's not going to be any units, but okay, so I see units there, so I'm going to have to back off now. And he sees the overlords, so he's trying to target my overlords now, so I have to run my overlords back to these spores over here. So I told my ally, I said, can you scan 12? And I realized, shit, I don't have a Terran on the team. For some reason, I'm so used to my buddy over at 5 o'clock being Terran that I thought he was Terran the entire game. That was probably one of the most silliest things I've ever done. Alright, so I'm going to go around, and I'm going to go all along the edge over here. Maybe they're not going to see. So this is such a covert ops job that we're going to do here with 14 or maybe 15 overlords now. Actually, no, more than that. Probably 18. Because we did have, I think about 48 Lurkers before, but I think a few overlords died. So I'm going to time this attack, guys. So I'm going to send all of my Zerglings now. So I got about probably 150. I'm going to send all of them to red so that we can kill his expansion here. So it's also going to act as a distraction. So as you can see, they're all trying to to kill those Zerglings. Meanwhile, back at home at his 11 o'clock, I'm dropping all of these Lurkers. So check this out. Boom. All those probes just vanished so quick. And his expansion at the entrance here, I mean, there was not enough units from all the teammates he has combined to be able to stop all these Zerglings, because they didn't expect all these Zerglings, and they are upgraded as well with +2 on armor. So I saw those mutalisks, so I'm gonna pick up my my Lurkers now. I'm gonna try to escape and run here, because definitely don't want to get them killed. But he was trying to time this because he knew that there was Lurkers there, so he's gonna run to try to kill my my Lurkers now. So I'm just gonna have to abandon drop them and then burrow, so that he can't kill them, and then I'll probably lose my overlords. But whatever, it's okay. I can still make overlords. Oh man, this is part of the troll, guys. Sometimes, you know, you have to commit, you have to fully commit. So for those of you that are new to trolling, you're probably wondering, like, why am I going Lurkers? Why am I going Zerglings against mutalisks? This is a troll, so think of it as a challenge. Alright, so I'm thinking let's go do some Nydusing. So I made 2 Nyduses here. Probably make some more in case if I do lose it. So I'm thinking let's Nydus 1 o'clock here. Since there's no Terran on the team, I'm gonna have to send overlords there to get some visibility. Key to doing this, guys, with Nydusing is that good players will notice it right away. This guy was okay, he wasn't that great, but good players will notice it, so you have to make a distraction. It's kind of like a nuke. You have to make a distraction first before you actually nuke. And so what I'm gonna have to end up doing later is probably throw some Zerglings into the middle here, making him think that there's some kind of action going on, so then he's not gonna look at his base. My ally's also making a distraction, so he is attacking. He's attacking middle, so that's going to keep him busy. So I'm going to take that as an advantage now, and I'm going to go make a Nydus. I'm going to make it in between these drones here, right there. Just going to wait for that drone to move away, and then I'm going to make a Nydus right there. Alright, Nydus is down, guys. Let's cross our fingers here. Whenever you lay a Nydus down, it's just so funny because you're like, you never know if they're going to be able to see it. And his mutalisks are somewhere around Terran's base here, because I did send those Zerglings, so he tried to clear up those Zerglings. So I don't think he knows yet. So, alright, it's up, guys. Now he notices it, but it's too late. I'm sending all of my Zerglings in back at home. Check this out. So we might be able to get like 50 Zerglings in here. And he wipes out the Nydus, but it's too late. We got 50 Zerglings in here, so they're gonna quickly kill everything so quick here. And he doesn't have +1 even on attack, so it's gonna take him some time to kill these Zerglings. They are +3. And my ally is attacking the front here too, and so he's gonna be wiped out, I think, before he can kill all the units here, all the Zerglings here. I think that's his last building. Yeah. Oh man, we KO'd him with Zerglings and just ground units. That's so funny. Alright, so next person in line, I'm thinking let's do a combined drop with Lurkers and Zerglings. And then I'll send the remaining Zerglings, so probably 150, coming from the front. So I'm thinking let's go kill Terran because he hasn't had any action yet. So I'm going to pick up these Lurkers that we had burrowed here because the Zerg was attacking them. I'll pick up Zerglings over here. And I'll combine those two groups. So we've got about 24 Lurkers, and we have about 100, maybe 100 Zerglings and these overlords, and another 150 Zerglings coming from the front here. And red is back. He's got +2 on attacks and +2 on armor here. These guys have no idea what's going to happen next, so it's going to be super funny. I'm going to go around here on the right side, because we've been going on the left side quite a bit. So the right side is going to be much easier for me to get access to white space. So now I'm going to send the Zerglings here. Back at home, let's check the food chart. I am 200/200 now. So I'm going to send all these Zerglings now. My ally's also going to go at the same time because I think he's waiting for me to time it. So we're going to time this attack, guys. I want to make sure these overlords go in sync, so I don't want to go too early yet. So these guys think they can defend against this. Oh my god. Look at all these Zerglings, look at all the units my ally has, all the Archons. It is crazy. And his Archons are pretty much splash killing my Zerglings here. Oh man. Okay, so the Zerglings broke through. I'm going to time this attack now. So we got 24 overlords coming here too, guys. Let's time this. So Zerglings have made it through the entrance. And he's only got tanks. Let's see if he's got upgrades. He's got +3, so that's pretty decent. He's got +3. Zerglings have made it through the choke, and now we're gonna do a surround drop around his command center, guys. Oh man, what a crazy finale! Crazy finale here, and he is done. He is done. All right, guys, that was game 1. Hopefully, you guys got to enjoy that one. Let's go over to the bonus clips. Alright guys, welcome back to game 2 of a bonus clip that we're going to do for mass lurker drops. So this game I'm Protoss. I got an expansion, fast natural here. I just got stormers, did some harassments. I stole a drone from this Zerg over here. These guys were okay too, by the way, like they weren't too bad. So yellow and gray were probably just like around 4, and then ProPub was probably the best player on the team here, so he's probably like a 5. So these guys weren't too bad. So I made a Zerg down here. I'm going to make a bunch of hatcheries now. The great thing about like MCing using Protoss is that you have a ton of money already, so you can actually get a Zerg base up really quick. Game time is about 16 minutes, so we are going to see if we can get, I'm thinking like 50 Lurkers, so it's going to be a pretty big drop that we're going to do. My allies just doing some harassments here. I told them like just chill a little bit. I'm not attacking because I want to kind of prolong this, give them some morale, some high morale, thinking that they're doing okay. Hopefully that's going to work and that they're going to be able to kind of stay in the game here. So my ally is having a bit of issues here. He's having a bit of challenges because he is doing a troll as well. He's making just Archons, and Archons die against Hodulus. That's a counter unit for Archons, if you guys want to know, by the way. And as I mentioned, like these guys weren't too bad. I might be wrong. I think yellow might be a bit better. I remembered him being better actually, so he might be close to a 5. Zerg here was probably 4.5, and then this Terran was probably the best player on the team. Allie is having a bit of issues here. He doesn't have any stormers. He's just pretty much going like ground units. Constantly always watching it, so I want to make sure that my allies are going to be okay, especially these guys. Back at home, I did make mass scouts, so we're going to combine mass scouts and we're going to use it with the 50 lurker drop. I don't want to reveal that I have mass scouts yet, because if I do, they're going to leave. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to kind of let that die, but I'll drop some stormers here just to help him in case if he does need it. So I'm watching his base and he doesn't have too many units here. Back at 7 o'clock, got a lot of hatcheries, and I'm gonna make a lot of drones too, so that we can really boost up that economy for the mass lurkers. I sent 4 stormers here just in case, because he doesn't have storm yet. This right now looks like a dire situation. Looks like they are able to, be able to kind of break through 3 o'clock, but they won't. We'll quickly change it. So, I mean, if I wanted to, I could have stopped it already, but I didn't want to because of, they're gonna leave. I have all these scouts here, and I have Storm as well. So I'm just gonna Storm from the inside. We'll target as many Hydras as possible, just to reduce the amount of unit count here. Storm those. Storm this tank here as well. Yep, and there you go. He's okay now. All right, lurker eggs are being made, guys. So we're definitely gonna get like 50 lurkers here. So it's gonna be pretty epic. Allie's he's making some progress here. He's breaking through. So I'm a bit concerned because I don't want him to die yet. I want to be able to do this massive drop on top of yellow. All right, lurkers are pretty much being completed now. So we've got 50. So I'm gonna pick them all up. I need so many overlords here. All right, so I'm gonna pick up these lurkers here. So I lied, it's actually going to be 72 lurkers. When was the last time you guys saw 72 lurkers being dropped? Probably not, right? This is going to be pretty cool, guys. Alright, so let's send them. I got 3 groups of overlords here, so 36 overlords. And then I have 4 groups of scouts as well. It's going to be a massive drop. Allie is fighting these Zerglings here. Yeah, so yellow is pretty decent. I mean, he should be spreading these lurkers and he is getting spore. So he sort of knows what he's doing, but maybe he doesn't play BGH. Maybe he's a non-money player that doesn't play BGH. So we got all these 36 groups here, so I have to kind of time it. I don't want to send them all in at once yet, because I want to make sure these scouts also go in too. So since overlords are slower, I'll send these in first, and then I'll send the scouts in afterwards. So check this out. He has no idea what's to come for him now. And now I'm sending in the scouts. So check this out, guys. Unreal how many lurkers there are. 72 lurkers. And his base is just gonna vanish, and he left. Like, that is crazy. If somebody did this to me, I would probably sit around and watch, because it is pretty cool looking. So there you have it, guys. Some mass scouts and mass lurkers. Hope you guys got to enjoy this one. This was a subscriber request. I actually was gonna say that I was gonna upload this next week, but I figured, let's do it, because it's definitely something new that we haven't done yet. Don't know how it's gonna do, but I think your comments and what you guys make out of this, I think that'll kind of dictate if this is something that's gonna be trending for us in the future here. But hopefully you guys got to enjoy it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. And by the way, if you guys like this content, if you like this sort of stuff, make sure you guys hit that like button. It really supports the algorithm and all that. I'm sure you guys have heard that tons of times, but it really does support me. So can't thank you guys enough for that. Keep those comments and ideas and memes coming, because it really makes the channel super fun. Make sure you guys check out all the different playlists that we have if you're new to it. Tons of different ways that we can get reactions from players as well. I look forward to see you guys on the next one.